Ecovacs Deebot X5 Omni. This little D-shaped dynamo glides under your couch like it's hiding from chores, spinning up a cyclone with suction that could probably yank loose change from your rug. It's got a hot water mop, sassy edge cleaning, and a base station that's so hands-off it practically asks you for a raise, but watch out for cables or paper, because it'll throw up its brushes and call it a day. The app's got some quirks, but in a clutter-free home, this thing is basically your cleaning butler. 8 out of 10. Roborock Saros Z70. This robo-brain has an extendable arm that snatches up socks, slippers, and whatever else you leave in its path, making it look like the Inspector Gadget of vacuums. Its obstacle avoidance and mopping game are strong, but unless you've got a house made entirely of sand and slippers, the robotic hand is more party trick than must-have and sometimes drops your stuff like a distracted toddler. Handy, hilarious, and mega innovative, but it's not quite ready for prime time. 6 out of 10. Dreame X30 Ultra. The Dreame X30 Ultra swings its mop pads out like it's hitting the Dirty Dancing finale. Edge-to-edge cleaning with hot water and a dock so smart it basically raises your cleaning standards behind your back. It eats up fur balls and sticky puree with gusto, though carpet tests show it's not quite the all-star compared to its older sibling. Think superstar mop, decent vac, but wallet-crushing price. Nearly perfect floors without effort, if you don't mind splurging harder than your robot. 8 out of 10. Dreame X40 Master. The Dreame X40 Master slides across floors with the polished elegance of a ballroom dancer, whisper quiet and packing a 12,000 Pascal punch, yet still manages to get its mop out for some hot water edge action when things get messy. Its AI magic basically turns your filthy living room into a smart zone, so advanced you might catch yourself chatting to it out of sheer admiration. But if you were hoping for it to remove every single stain with one pass, you better lower those standards. It sometimes needs a second lap to finish tough jobs, and that cold mop exit move is a party pooper for dried spills. 8 out of 10. Ecovacs Deebot T30S. The Ecovacs Deebot T30S isn't the priciest vac on the block, but with 11,000 pascals of suction and spinning mop pads playing tug-of-war with dried coffee stains, it's basically an underdog with a mean streak. The docking station is so all-in-one you'll be hunting for chores it can't do. Hot mop pad washes, auto hair drying. It's the Swiss Army knife of cleaning, just missing the corkscrew. Still, if your home has long carpets, don't let it near them unless it's had a pep talk. And sunbathe on your battery timer for full home coverage because it drains faster than your weekend energy. 7 out of 10. Roborock Qrevo Curv. The Roborock Qrevo Curv rolls in with some bold upgrades, from pop-out side brushes that tickle those corners to a dock so fancy, it almost invites you for tea after it cleans the mop pads with heated water. On hard floors, it's Michael Jordan. But if you try it on carpets or want top-tier obstacle avoidance, prepare for some missed shots and a few stumbles over sock pile landmines. At least, if you have pets, the hair tangle problem is gone. But sadly, carpet lovers and chaos enthusiasts will want more out of their robot. 6 out of 10. Ecovacs Deebot X1 Omni. The Deebot X1 Omni charges in, flexing with more suction power than your old vacuum ever dreamed, slurping up everything from dust bunnies to rebellious pet hair like an Olympian on a cleaning spree. Its base station is a futuristic beast, handles self-emptying and even mop pad washing, but, surprise, the mopping is about as impressive as my dance moves at a wedding. And the whole setup hogs a chunk of living room real estate. For the price, the robot's features should sparkle, but if you want your floors to shine as much as your wallet shrinks, you might want more mop magic for the money. 6 out of 10. Ecovacs Deebot X8 Pro Omni. The Deebot X8 Pro Omni storms the stage with wild suction, a brush that says no to hair tangles, and a mop roller that even cleans itself like it's got places to be. Seriously, this thing picks up pet hair like it's auditioning for the top spot, but it stubs its toe on obstacle dodging and sports a dustbin so tiny you'll think it's prepping for a Marie Kondo episode. At least the app is brilliantly packed and the cleaning actually delivers top-tier sparkle, but the bin emptying parade still feels like deja vu. 8 out of 10. Ecovacs Deebot T30S Combo. The T30S Combo struts in with ridiculous suction and a mopping system so good it probably daydreams about professional cleaning, packing edge-hugging mop pads, and even a handheld vacuum for those, oops, I missed a spot moments. Sure, it costs a chunk of change and its foot control occasionally naps on the job, but this robot annihilates dirt so thoroughly you may finally be free from cleaning backup plans. Just do not ask it to erase stubborn coffee stains, unless your idea of perfect is nearly perfect, because that's where it settles. 9 out of 10. Move a Z50 Ultra. This robot vacuum sucked up my hopes and every crumb in sight with a wild 19,000 pascals of power and a mop that does more steps than my morning workout. The mapping is baller, and it even does a robot dance around furniture. But if your house is the size of a closet, this chunky bot might struggle to squeeze in for a deep clean. Its battery takes some hits on turbo mode, but when it comes to chewing through messes, it does not mess around. 8 out of 10. Ecovacs X9 Pro. The X9 Pro storms your floor with more airflow than a weekend with open windows and mops with a fury that's almost suspicious. Plus, it claims to handle hair and spills like a pro wrestler in a silk suit. It wipes away both dirt and your doubts, but the app is so confusing you might clean the house manually just to avoid using it, and you'll be emptying its little dustbin every time it sneezes. Technologically brilliant, but loses points for some odd edge cleaning and small bin drama. 7 out of 10. Dreame X40 Ultra. The Dreame X40 Ultra zooms in with more suction than your childhood vacuum nightmares, mapping your home like a nosy real estate agent and dodging your pet with Jedi-level grace. It's almost too smart for its own good and effortlessly picks up anything from sand to old popcorn with a single pass, but long hair tangles are still its arch nemesis, and the base station is not as hands-off as you'd hope. For the price, it's a beast, but not quite the perfect dream. 8 out of 10. Roborock Saros Z70. If you want your floors vacuumed with the force of an angry tornado, the Saros Z70 brings class-leading suction, a pop-up navigation puck, and enough robotic swagger to make your pets nervous. But its mopping skills fizzle when faced with tough stains, making it about as useful as a wet paper towel for sticky messes. Still, it never got stuck, never dumped dirt, and knew how to throw down on cat hair. Too bad it's not the messiah of mopping. 6 out of 10. Roborock Qrevo. The Qrevo dances across hard floors and carpets, gobbling up dirt like it's training for the Olympics. And its auto-empty dock makes you feel like you own a tiny cleaning butler. Mopping and pet hair removal are its party tricks. But if you have a jungle of cables or a forest of obstacles, this bot might play bumper cars, mistaking your home for a demolition derby. For regular cleaning, it punches above its price class. Just don't expect miracles on high-pile rugs or crowded rooms. 8 out of 10. Roborock Saros Z70. The Saros Z70 is thinner than your favorite pancake, slides under couches like a ninja, and was the only robot vacuum to ace every obstacle avoidance test, meaning your kids' crafts and stray shoes finally get a break. With twin spinning mop pads and superhero AI, it zaps stains and picks up sand like it lives for cleaning. And its smart features make cleaning hilariously hands-off. Hard floors, carpets, pet hair. This is a workhorse that might actually leave you speechless and floorless. 9 out of 10. Mova V50 Ultra. The Mova V50 Ultra struts in with more features than a Swiss Army knife. There's thermal mopping, obstacle climbing up to 60 millimeters, and a laser tower that practically does the limo to clean under your bed. It slurps up dust with 24,000 Pascal suction, leaving no crumb unshamed, and its brush system can handle pet hair like a dog groomer on espresso. Priced way under some rivals, but still crowned #1, this bot is basically the overachiever your parents wish you'd become. 9 out of 10. SwitchBot S10. The SwitchBot S10 is here to remind you that household chores can be automated, but the price tag is more intimidating than your mother-in-law. $1,200 strong. It guzzles grime with impressive gusto, cleans and drains itself, and is so big you'd think it's auditioning for a starring role as the furniture. Just beware if you're fussy about battery life in tight spaces. It'll need a break before finishing a bigger home, and doing setup feels like a college engineering class. 6 out of 10. Ecovacs Deebot T20 Omni. The Ecovacs Deebot T20 Omni flexes like a spa robot, scrubbing floors and then treating its mop pads to a steamy wash that's hotter than your average shower. It navigates with LiDAR precision, dodges obstacles, and even lifts its mop to avoid carpets. But if you hate emptying a dirty water tank or obsess over dusty corners, lower your expectations. For pure convenience and cleaning on hard floors, though, this thing is a pampered beast. 8 out of 10. Dreame L50 Ultra. If this bot was any more determined, it would climb stairs just to vacuum your socks off. Its retractable legs let it scale thresholds like a caffeinated mountain goat, and the brush design gobbles up both pet hair and crumbs with 0 tangles in sight. The dock washes and dries its own mop pads with fiery hot air and actual techie spritzers, so you never have to deal with the horror of a soggy, stinky mess. With navigation sharper than my aunt's side-eye and obstacle avoidance that actually dodges cables, this thing basically puts the Ultra in ultra clean, though the price might trigger an actual mop meltdown. 9 out of 10. Ecovacs T80 Omni. This robot hauls 18,000 pascals of suction and a roller mop so eager, it nearly peels the grime right off your floors. Bonus points for keeping its own water fresh and not mixing the dog slobber with your spilled coffee. It belly flops back to its base for a noisy rinse and dry more times than I shuffle for snacks. And while it can look under your couch for missing socks via camera, it sometimes misses a spot here and there when turning sharper corners. Still, with pet-friendly cleaning and maintenance so hands-off you might forget you even own a vacuum, it's almost worth overlooking the need for a plug-friendly spot and the occasional sonic boom dock. 8 out of 10. Roborock Qrevo Edge. This robot comes out swinging with edge-targeted mopping and suction so strong it could wrestle with carpet and pet fur. without breaking a mechanical sweat. Plus, the dual bristle brush means your hair stays out of its gears for good. The dock acts like a mini spa with hot water mop washing and smart pad drying, and it's got enough tech to scream premium. But when it comes to cleaning your actual room edges, it misses by a whisker, and sometimes just spreads your kitchen disasters around instead of erasing them. For the price, it's slick and efficient. But if you actually care about spotless baseboards every time, you may get a bit of robotic side-eye disappointment. 7 out of 10. Ecovacs Deebot X30 Pro Omni. This squat little robot comes armed with a mopping mode that sniffs out stains and polishes them twice, but its obsession with earning fake vacuuming points in the app is straight up weird. If you set everything to the max, it vacuums well, except for its fatal weakness, getting stuck between dining chair legs like a panicked rodent while calling for help. The tiny dust box means this mighty vacuum gets overwhelmed faster than a toddler in a candy shop, but its station fits in tight spots and the cleaning is reliable if you babysit it now and then. 7 out of 10. Ecovacs Deebot X2 Omni. The X2 Omni struts in with smart LiDAR navigation, beefy suction, and a magically self-cleaning mop station that tries very hard to impress every pet owner and tech lover around. It has top-notch object avoidance and edge cleaning, but its price borders on heart-stopping. And for all its intelligence, it still leaves a thin strip of neglected floor at the edges, as if the walls offended it in a past life. If you hate maintenance and like robots that dodge your dogs, this is the vacuum for you. Unless you hate paying a premium for a smart device that still forgets its own charging base every so often. 8 out of 10. Ecovacs Deebot X1 Turbo. The X1 Turbo arrives with surprisingly strong vacuuming, 5,000 pascals of suction, plus a turbo mop that scrubs away messes so fast, you'll wonder if it's trying to erase your bad decisions. Sadly, its stylish charging station cares way more about mopping than vacuuming, and those adorable side brushes act less like helpers and more like rebellious confetti launchers, flinging rice all over the room. If you love clean tiles and have mostly hard floors, this stylish bot might be perfect. For anyone else, it's a niche diva with a price tag to match. 6 out of 10. Roborock S7 Max Ultra. This fancy pancake-shaped powerhouse will mop and vacuum like a caffeinated butler, even squeezing itself over small ledges for a thorough clean. Sure, it sometimes kidnaps stray cables, so consider it your tech lesson in loving minimalism, and its price tag will have your wallet sobbing in several languages. All things considered, it's tough to beat for pure cleaning brawn, but unless you live in a castle, the dock feels about as subtle as a washing machine in the hallway. 8 out of 10. Dreame X50. Dreame X50 cleans with the ambition of a golden retriever chasing tennis balls, picking up pet hair and debris like it's prepping for a spotless robot uprising. It can leap over 6-centimeter thresholds and keep its own mop pads sparkling, but its navigation sometimes seems guided by pure optimism instead of logic. And there's a giant dock hogging all the attention, plus priced high enough to make you question all your major life choices. You get top-notch cleaning and features galore if you can forgive the occasional navigation hiccup and take out a small loan. 7 out of 10. Xiaomi Robot Vacuum X20 Plus. The Xiaomi X20 Plus is like the budget superhero of robot vacuums, cleaning hard floors and dog fur with gusto, while its docking station gossips quietly in the background. Its self-cleaning magic and navigation are top-notch for the price, but carpet lovers beware. Your rugs might come out looking more like soggy toast, and tiny bits on the floor can still trip it up if you're not careful. For shameless value and reliable daily cleaning, this cheap little bot punches way above its weight. Just keep those carpets dry. 7 out of 10. Dreame L20 Ultra. Meet the Dreame L20 Ultra. This robot vacuum is so loaded with features, you'd swear it was auditioning for the next Transformers movie, minus the explosions. It mops, it lifts, it dodges obstacles like a caffeinated ninja, and its self-cleaning magic almost makes cleaning fun, if watching your vacuum work counts as a hobby. Sadly, while it comes close to perfection, a few rivals just edge it out in the awards race, so it's more like the straight-A student who loses prom king to the captain of the mop squad. 8 out of 10.